One thing about me, I know how to close a car door. Two thing about me, oh, I know how to close a car door. Why is there freaking photos of backwoods sprinkled around the car? A backwood left in, I don't know what brand this is, but it's giving backwood. A backwood left in the trunk and a blunt in the side cup carrier. This planted weed in her own car. She put that we stopped 50 times for gas and provided fake receipts of the 50 stops we did. How the do you stop 50 times? Wow, 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 whoa, oh. Boy, do I got some to tell y'all. Every week is something. It's like, y'all know I'm chill. Y'all know I don't be doing from my previous story time. Y'all know I just be chilling. But I just be catching strays like grah, grah, grah. Like I don't see why. Like why can't y'all be catching strays? Why do it always have to be me? Like all I'm trying to do is chill with my new puppy, Twyla. She cool as shit, y'all. But let me tell y'all, all right, where do I start? Last weekend, me and my boyfriend decided to drive to North Carolina for a weekend trip. Like he proposed a weekend trip. We were just chilling at his crib one day and he was like, yo, we just take a little trip, like a weekend trip. I'm off Saturday, Sunday, let's do something. I'm thinking like, oh, we can go to DC, we can go to New York City, like somewhere close to Philly. He like, why don't we drive down south and go to like Outer Banks or like Charleston, somewhere down south. I'm like, oh, I like you. Like, I love people who are 1, impulsive, 2, impulsive, and 3, impulsive. Like, I love impulsivity. So I'm like, yo, finally someone who's like on the same wavelength as me. Like somebody who will just pick up and drive to California in one day and back. Like I just love people like that. Someone you don't gotta make plans with. It's just always, you always having a good time because y'all just keep stacking ideas. I just love that. So I was, oh my God, this is why I love you. I'm like, yeah, like let's go. So he's like, all right. Let's pick the Airbnb. Chill. He like, let's pick the Airbnb, let's pick the car, and we on our way. Like, period. I'm like, yeah, say no more. Like, it's Wednesday, y'all, and the trip was started on Friday. Like, that's how close of y'all know Airbnb. Y'all know y'all pick a house, y'all contact the host, y'all get everything together, y'all go down, whatever. Turo's the same thing. It's basically a car rental app. It's like it shows what cars are available when. You go through the list of cars, you pick the cars, boom, bada bang. Like, it's cool like that. Like, it's easy. So we going through the list of cars, y'all. We find this cute ass Tesla. Mind you, I never rode a Tesla. He never rode a Tesla. But y'all know, y'all hear about Tesla. It's cool as shit. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. You know, we ride in style down to the south. Like, yeah, like I love to ride in style. So he paid for the Tesla. He like, well, honestly, he like wasn't allowed to book a Tesla. A lot of people I know are like banned from the app before they even downloaded the app. Like he could not rent it. Like he called the place like, why can't I rent it? They're like, oh, I don't know, like for reasons that it's closed, you're not allowed to rent a car. He's like, okay. Same with my cousin. She was like, yeah, me neither. I'm like, that's weird as shit. Whatever. So he gave me the card, I book it on my app, and then we get this little Tesla. It was like $82 a day. But you know, little car rental places love doing the young driver fee, which is like $500 on top of the shit. Then there's a Turo fee, then there's a cleaning service fee, then there's a mile fee. Like, yo, that they be dragging it. The car came up to like $1,300, but I'm like, hey, it's not my card. Like, look, I was, you sure? No, tell me if you sure. He like, no, I got it. I'm like, hey, if it's not my car, it's not my problem. It's like, nah, that's not inconsiderate. It's not my car though, so it's really not my problem. So I was like, all right, cool, like just making sure that's not like too pricey. He's like, no, we're about to have fun. I'm like, oh yeah, we are. So the car was rented through someone named Jamanda. No, like I'm not making up that name either. Like it's actually Jamanda. Like her dad's name was Jarrell, her mom's name is Amanda. Her name is Jamanda. Like, don't know why, don't know where, don't know how. I just know her name is Jamanda. So Jamanda E, we booked through her and we got in communication with her. She's like, okay, you can go pick up the car. I'll unlock it, I'll open it, you guys hop in, and then you return it how it was given to you with the same mileage, the same cleanliness, etc, etc. We're like, okay, cool, because we're clean people. We know how to read instructions. We're not reckless. So we're like, all right, there should be no problem, right? We drive down. I'm gonna tell y'all now, never, ever book no type Tesla for no type road trip. Worst idea in history. Like, yo, I can't believe that shit. Like, we had to stop 5 times on the way to get electric, and it's not like gas where you can like, pump it 2 to 3 minutes. It was like a 10-minute stop. It was like a 30-minute experience every time we wanted to charge it. Like, it was like a whole, we watched a movie, we played chess, we colored in coloring books. Like, it was the most And it was a very painful experience. Although I love spending time with my boyfriend. Yes, that is true. I was getting antsy because I think I had ADHD. Surprise? Not really. So I was just like, oh my god, like I'm getting very antsy in this car. I'm getting tired of stopping. Like I cannot do this anymore. It added like 2 hours to our trip because we kept having to stop. Like it was just, ugh, like I hated it. I hated it. But we finally made it down and it was fine. The car was nice nevertheless. Like it drove smooth. The speakers was loud as f. The seats was comfy. My butt wasn't hurting after a 10-hour ride. Like, oh my god, y'all, it was very comfortable. Like I love the car. We got down there and we were enjoying our time. Let me explain something to you. So we got there Friday. We were going to return the car on Sunday, get back Sunday, whatever. So it was like Friday to Sunday type trip. So when we got there, the next day, which was Saturday, we had a surf lesson, which I planned because I'm the queen of itineraries. And I love like being booked and busy on vacation. I hate sitting around. I hate just like chilling. I don't want to chill. I want to be active. So I booked the surf lesson. I'm like, that'll be fun, a little fun couple surf lesson. Like, yeah, my mom put me and my sister on surf camp like 3 summers in a row, and we love that shit. So I'm like, hey, I want to do it again. So we went to surf lesson. It was on this beach called Folly Beach in Charleston. We got there, it started pouring. I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst case scenario, only because one, our surf lesson had to be canceled because when it rains you cannot surf because electricity, thunderbolt, you shocked and you're dead. Like that would be so salty to be on a surfboard and get electrocuted and then just like drop down dead. Like damn, like it's kind of the ick. I'll be like, ew, like why did he just get shook down by lightning? Like but so thank god that didn't happen. We didn't go, but the surf instructor was like, hey, you guys can come back on Monday. And I'm like, well, we're like not gonna be here on Monday. Can we do tomorrow? And he was like, oh, we're like booked and busy, like there's no openings. I'm like, oh my god. So I looked at Tommy and I'm like, Tommy, can we stay an extra day? He's like, no mama, I gotta work, da, 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 da. And I'm like, yo, come on, like stop being pity party. And I was like, you're no fun, like stop being pity party, like woe is me, oh my god, you know, like you're no fun. He was like, okay fine, we'll stay an extra day. I'm like, like, but then like I feel like a bad influence. I'm like, oh my god, like he just like felt bad about it. I'm like, oh, whatever, we're having fun at summertime. I'm like, are you sure you want to take off? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever you say. So we stayed an extra day, right? Which was until Monday instead of Sunday, which I think I explained. Yeah. So that very day, I went on to first the Airbnb app and I extended our stay till Monday. And it was like $260 extra, but the guy confirmed it right away. I mean, the money came right on my account and it said confirm, so I'm pretty sure like he didn't have to confirm. But he texted me, he was like, hey, everything's good for Monday. Thanks for extending. I hope you enjoy your stay. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I went to Turo, right? And let me see how to put this. This bitch had 0 bookings for the next 10 years. So I thought extending it would be no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one you book on a hair site or like you book any service, you see a calendar, right? The day that you want to book, you press the date, right? And if it's not available, either the times will be like, you know, it won't show up the time you want. It might be other times, but you know, or the whole day will be blocked off. Like on Airbnb, you ever booked one? I don't know, but it'll like have a line through the date. I went to Turo and there was no line all the way from 10 years from now. So I'm like, okay, let me extend it till Tuesday. That will be back Monday. I don't really want to rush. So I extended it till Tuesday so we can have the car for a little longer because I know we're going to get home late on Monday. So it's technically Tuesday. So I'm like, let me extend it till Tuesday. This bitch don't got no bookings, right? Oh, before I get into like the real tea, a little self-promo, I'm dropping these sets. Like, why did I forget? These sets on August 25th, the Black Child house party sets. I already dropped them in pink and black, and y'all ate them up quick. And I'm like, oh, that was my best job, like, ever. Like, I've been in business for 3 years, and that was my best job ever. So, I dropped new colors. This color in electric, and it has Black Child on the back. And then also, hold on, I have another color for y'all. This periwinkle color. This shit cute. I was kind of thrown off though because the top isn't the same, like the logo on the top matches the pants, but the top is a little lighter than the pants, and it kind of like pissed me off because my vendor like I don't know why she thought that was, girl, I don't know, but I called my friends and they were like, girl, like that's cute. Like if you don't, so what I'm trying to get at is if you're super like conscious about like colors matching, this is gonna be the color for you. But if you genuinely love these colors together and don't care that like this is lighter but the logo is the same as the pants, like you could tell, but like if that bothers you, just a disclaimer. But I love this. Like I think this is my favorite color. I love like a purpley blue. But that being said, make sure you guys text the code or the phrase hello Black Child, all caps, no spaces, to the number 475-0877. Then you'll get updates on the day it drops. In case y'all don't want to like go to your calendar right now and type it in, y'all can just text the number and I'll text you when they drop, so y'all know like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's like putting shit on calendars just be doing a lot. So it's like the text will probably be easier for us very not lazy people, but that's just easier. Like what? So okay, go ahead and do that, y'all. Back to the story. So like I said, Jamanda had 0 bookings, so I went and dragged the little thing to Tuesday to extend the booking. $250 came right out of the account, and I thought we were set. So I was like, okay, cool. Like we got the car, we got the Airbnb with the surf lesson. We're set for extra day. We're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna love this shit. Wait a second, because this shit got crazy. I'm about to pull up the receipts. So Jamanda, apparently on the Turo app, if you request an extra day or 2, whatever the hell amount of days you requested to extend, they have to confirm it. Even if it says they're available, they still have to confirm it, because you know shit happens. I understand that, but like whatever. I get an iMessage text message outside of the app, which is I think kind of weird considering like, why are you texting my phone number? Why are you not texting me through the app? And here's why, because this knew she was dead ass wrong. So I get a text from Jamanda talking about some hello Gabrielle, I see you're interested in extending for an extra day, which would normally be fine. However, it's already booked for early Tuesday morning. He booked the Tesla 2 months ago, so if I did cancel him now, it will cost me $99 to do so. Please let me know if you're willing to pay that fee or if you're okay with returning it Monday at 1 p.m. Let me explain something to you. This has 0 bookings and you're lying. What are the odds that some random man from 2 months ago booked early Tuesday morning? Because I requested to return it at Tuesday at I think like 6. Now it's Tuesday early morning. Because if I said Tuesday at 4 a.m., she would be like, oh my god, I have a pickup at Tuesday at 2 a.m. Like, come on, don't cap. Don't lie, because it's not in the app. And I know that's the only app she rents from, and I'm going to show y'all why later. But come on now, don't do that. And that is definitely not allowed to request money outside the app. So I showed Tommy, I'm gonna look at this bullshit. He like, she requested what? I said $99. That's like your hairstylist saying, yeah girl, you can come in, but I technically gotta cancel another client, so you gotta pay me $100 extra. It's not like a squeezing fee. This ain't no squeezing. You had no booking, so what am I squeezing in? Like, how am I paying for inconvenience you cause another person? And I don't want to hear about no inconvenience about another person. I don't give a about them. I'm talking about me. It's like, why am I paying you extra because you had to cancel on your client? Which you really didn't have to, but like, there was no client. So I told Tommy, he was like, absolutely not, don't send her the money. I called my mom and she was like, call her right now and tell her that there must be some sort of confusion. I'm like, I'm not saying that. She said, tell her that there must be some sort of confusion. I was like, oh. I was like, okay. Then I hung up and I just didn't call her and tell her that, because like, I'm not telling her there's some sort of confusion. Like, moms love being extra. I'm like, I'm not about to be like, hi Jamanda, there's some sort of confusion there, you must be confused. Like, I'm not doing it. So I was just in the car thinking like, what should I do, what should I do, what should I do? So what I did was I called Turo, because I'm like, let me see what they think about this. I know this is not allowed, but let me just like explain what the confusion is here. So I called Turo, I'm like, hey Turo, like, my host is asking me to pay her $99 because she has to pay a cancellation fee to cancel on her client in order to extend my stay. And they're like, oh, no, like, no, that's not allowed. 1, it's not allowed. 2, report her. 3, what did they say? Don't send her money. No, they said, and 3, she has no upcoming bookings at all. So I said, thank you for sorting out that confusion. So I'm like, yo, like, what should we do? I look at Tom and I'm like, I don't want to send this money, but think about it. If I have to return the car on Monday, which is our normal drop-off date, the fact is that we'd have to cancel the Airbnb and not get a refund. And on top of that, we'd miss the surfing trip, which we already extended the Airbnb for and paid for $180 for. So the car is like the only remaining factor in this whole situation. I'm like, yo, I don't know what to do. So me and Tommy came with the idea and we're like, all right, let's send her the $99 that she needs so bad, return the car, do whatever you need to do to return it, and then dispute the charge. Because again, Turo said it's not allowed to request money inside or outside the app or receive money outside the app, and that's not allowed. Like, we gotta report her. So I'm like, all right, good idea. Because my bank, Chase, they know what's up. They always gonna accept the dispute, because especially when it's valid. Like, a horrible situation like this, like, it's not given. And wait, it gets worse. So I sent her $99 and I'm like, ugh, okay, I'll send it to her, whatever. So I was like, is there a way So I said to her, is there a way I could see an invoice or do it through the app? Because I'm still kind of like, you're lying. Oh, and I found out online, I typed in how much is a Turo cancellation fee. $50. So it's $50 for a host to cancel on a renter. Not $99. Even then, I still shouldn't be paying it, but you're just lying. And I hate a liar, and I hate dishonesty, especially when it's something I could figure out on my own. First, you say you have a booking. Call Turo. They told me there's no booking. Looked on the app. You got no bookings. Then go lie and say the cancellation fee $99. Looked up on Safari. How much is the Turo cancellation fee? And it's $50. Like, that's like when people lie and say, oh, girl, I'm around the corner, girl. Yeah, I'm coming to pick you up. Yeah, girl, I'm right around the corner. And you got their location and they're still at home. It's like, why lie if I'm going to figure it out? Like, I'd rather Jamanda had to say, Gabrielle, I'm going to scam you for $99. Please send it to me right now or else. And I would have been like, Jamanda, I respect your honesty. I respect the integrity. Here you go. Because what more could you respect than that? Like, what more is there to respect? You told me the truth and I obliged. It's not that hard. So I said, I wanted to see an invoice just because I knew she was lying. So I'm like looking like, oh, can you send the invoice? So I'm like, can you send the invoice? And she like, can you call? She started calling me. And I'm like, I'm not talking to this woman on the phone. One thing I don't like is confrontation, especially when it's over the phone. Like, I'm not about to be sitting here talking to you about what, sending you $99. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. So I was just like, we're out to eat. Can I text you? And she's like, call me after. I'm like, nah. So then I texted her and was like, what's your Cash App tag? I can send the money. Because Tommy was like, apparently it's easier to file disputes on Cash App or get money back on Cash App. But I heard that it wasn't. But like, I don't know. It's agree to disagree. I don't know. I have no clue what it is, but I heard differently. But I was just like, what's your Cash App tag? I sent the money. She said, I only have Apple Pay and Zelle. I was like, all right, cool. Sent her $99. She was like, great, got it. Cool. Well, not cool, but cool, but not cool, but cool. But not cool, but cool. So, all right, we enjoyed the rest of our trip. We ended up not going surfing. Like, the whole thing was for surf lesson. We ended up not going surfing, unfortunately. But we'll do it another time. But like, why did we? Oh, yeah, because checkout from the Airbnb was at 11 o'clock. And surf lesson was at 11 o'clock. So we would have nowhere to take a shower before our 10-hour road trip. So I was like, me personally, I hate feeling dirty. And I hate like being in the beach and like with sand on me and getting in the car. And I'm like dripping wet and sand is just like in my coochie. And I'm just like, oh my God, my butt crack. Oh my God, it's all sandy and it's all, ooh, like y'all, my butt cheeks is clenching as I speak. Like, I just can't with the sandy shit. Like, I just can't. So I was like, Tommy, I'm so sorry. You could shoot me if you want to, but I don't think I can go surfing. Like, I need a shower. And we couldn't take a shower. So he was like, I understand. It's okay. No, we still had a good time. I'm like, thank you for understanding. On the way home, again, a horrible trip. Had to stop 5 times. Charge it for like 30 minutes plus at each charging station. But it was fairly cheap to charge. Like, a Tesla only took like $7, $8 every charge. So it was cool. And the policy said, and listen to this, y'all. After 1,000 miles driven, you owe like you have to start paying for the charging. So we drove, I think, like 1,300 miles, y'all. So like we probably owe like $20, $25, whatever. Okay, I put you down. You asleep. I'm sorry. Go to sleep, baby. Anyway, we probably was gonna owe like $30 after 1,000 miles. Honestly, it wasn't that serious. We were like, all right, we put a fee, whatever. So we returned the car, and mind you, when you are on Turo, please take thorough pictures, and they make you. But when you pick up the car, take pictures, and when you drop off the car, take pictures. Because if someone wants to lie and say, oh, you dented my car, you can see their dent in the before pictures and then the after pictures. You'd be like, it was here when I picked it up. Because one guy tried this shit with me. Someone tried to scam me on Turo before. I rented a Challenger before because my car was getting wrapped. So I rented a Challenger for like a week and a half. Picked it up, it was in perfect shape, dropped it off in perfect shape. But after I dropped it off, and the guy was right there. He was like, okay, you're good to go. I took pictures. He was like, everything looks good. Okay, see you later. Da, da, da. I went home and came home and checked my email and saw a claim saying I wrecked his car. Went to the photos he took of after. This man uploaded old ass photos of his car in a wreck. Bumper off, scratches down the side. Someone keyed his car saying cheater. Like, it was horrible. I'm like, yo, what? You ain't cheat on me, so why the f would I put that shit? I'm just like, yo, no. So I provided the before pictures and like, y'all, this is the before pictures, this is the after pictures, and they're like, all right, case closed, like he's reported, period. And I'm like, all right, cool, because like they try to scam on this app. Oh yeah, like I said, we dropped off the car, y'all. I took pictures of both sides, the doors, the tires, the trunk, not the inside of the trunk. And that was my biggest mistake. But not the inside of the outside of the trunk, the percentage of the battery, the seats, the floor, all that. So I took the pictures and we dipped, right? We were about like 30-20 minutes before drop off, but it was like a self drop off. She wasn't meeting us. It was nothing like that. So we dropped it off and dipped. You know what I'm saying? So I get a text from Jamanda about 10 minutes after the car was like, 7 minutes after the car was supposed to be dropped off. It was 6 o'clock. Me and Tommy got there about like 5:30ish because we were just in the area. I'm like, we don't really feel like waiting. Oh no, this was that picked up Twyla because we had to go pick her up. So we were early because I had to go get her from this guy. But anyway, drop off, we dropped it off like 5:40. The original drop off time was 6, but whatever. So around 6:07, I get a message from Jamanda saying, let me get my damn receipts out before I say something stupid. So Jamanda texted me, said, are you still at the vehicle? Right at 6:02. I said, hi, no, we already checked out. It's in the same parking spot as before. She said, okay, because the door is left open and the air conditioner is on. And proceeded to send me this bullshit ass picture of the Tesla with the door open. So I'm looking at this like, what is that? Like, so I'm looking at like, hold up, what? And I go back to my drop off photos. The doors is closed. One thing about me, I know how to close a car door. Two thing about me, oh, I know how to close a car door. So I'm like, what? Like, and mind you, Tommy drove a lot of the time in a Tesla. When he would get out and open the door and close the door to go charge the car real quick and then hop back in, when he would get out, the car would get hot as shit because the car would go off. Like, everything would go off in the car while he was out of it, and then he would come back and get in the car and it would turn back on automatically. I don't know how that worked, but I guess like the seats can feel when your butt is lifted off of it because of the weight or something. I don't know, but I just know whenever he got out the car, it got real hot in there. Something was going down in there, something crazy. I don't know, but it was hot. So I'm just like, no, it can't be, because I literally remember the car being off, like da-da-da. So I texted her back and I said, that's odd. The car was off when we left and all of the doors was closed. And she texted me, I'm nowhere near the car. What do that got to do with me? Drop off was at 6 o'clock. It's 6:04 and you nowhere near the car. What that got to do with me? Why are you telling me that information? And he sends me some like weird road. I'm just like what road is this? And why do I care what road? I'm like, why do I need to know what road this is? So I'm just like, I want to say we left about 10 minutes ago. And she was like, I got the message a while ago. And it says 7 minutes ago. So I'm just like, okay. I'm just like, I don't understand like what these receipts are doing for anyone. Like, I got this message a while ago. Like, it's 7 minutes ago. Okay. So I'm just like, okay. So I said, yeah, we left, and I uploaded pictures of the car right before we left, and the door was not open, and I sent her photos of the doors that were closed, and she said, it's okay, I turned the car off, no worries. I said, okay, thanks. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking this went on her little Tesla app, unlatch the car doors, because did y'all know y'all can summon a car? It can literally drive up to you, open the door by itself with the app and all that. Like, you can open the door. I think that she turned the car back on, unlatched the doors, and wanted to send it the tour on. Like, oh my god, this girl was so irresponsible with the car. Like, that's what it was giving. But okay, so she said, no problem, have a great day, please don't forget to rate the vehicle, I'll greatly appreciate it. I said, you too, and okay, that was it. I'm being nice, but best believe I was still disputing this shit right after, because this is a horrible, and this is not even the worst part. It progressively gets worse. So then she texts me and says, hi, attached is an invoice for your excursion expenses incurred during your trip. So I'm like, what is this? I go to the little screenshot or like the email I got, and it says I was charged, I think, $30 for returning the car under 50%. Y'all, the instructions said, and I repeat because I already said this, return the car at the given percentage. It was at 60 when we got it. It was at 60 when I dropped it off. So I sent Toro in the email a picture of the car percentage. It was like 64, 63 something. And I said, hi, my car was not returned less than 55%, whatever the hell the percentage was. So they disputed the claim, and it was gone. So then the same night, I get a text from her saying, again, hi, Gabrielle, attached is an invoice for expenses incurred during the trip. And it was an invoice for like about $400. $400. So I said, hello. For some reason, I got two charges. And I don't even know why I said that. I should have been like, hello, why the did I get any charge? Like, after 1,000 miles, it was supposed to be what, y'all? I mean, it was supposed to be free before what, y'all? 1,000 miles. Then we pay for the gas, or the electric. But the electric is what? Like $7 a stop. And we stopped like 3 times after 1,000 miles. Like, we only stopped probably like 12 times over this whole course of the trip. Like, maybe 11, 10 times. Like, it wasn't that serious. I want to say 10 times. So I said, I looked at it, she never responded. Then, never responded, y'all. I get another message of her saying, hi, Gabrielle. Attached is an invoice from expenses incurred during your trip. But it was like nothing under that. So I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. I wake up the next morning to an email from Turo, y'all. Talking about something. Oh, let me just read this to y'all. Like, what? We're talking about something. Like, I have the receipts. Like, I don't even know why I said talking about something. It's right here. It said, hello, Gabrielle. Thank you for being such a wonderful guest of Turo. I hope all is well with you today. I hope you enjoyed your recent trip. Negative. I'm getting in touch with you because your host raised an issue with us that I need to address with you. Amanda reported that you returned a car, I'm not reading all that, in a condition that violates our smoking policy. And I'm like, wait, where my elf bar at? And it was right next to me, so I'm like, I ain't leave the elf bar in the car, and I don't think that's considered like, oh, you're a smoker. So like, what you talking about? So I keep reading. It said your host submitted documentation that supports their claim that you returned the car in a condition that constitutes a policy violation. Given that in accordance with our policy, we charge a $250 smoking fee plus a 3% processing fee to your payment card on file. Thank God Tommy closed that card. If you disagree with this charge and have documentation to support your case, reply to this email with the documentation attached. Turo can at its discretion remove guests who violate our cleaning policy. I don't want to see that happen to you, so I urge you to read our smoking policy in full before taking your next trip. Kind regards, Maria, whatever the hell. So I'm like, okay, I would love to see proof of this because like this is obviously cap. 1, I don't smoke. 2, I don't smoke. 3, if I did smoke and I was a pothead, I wouldn't smoke in the Tesla. First of all, you can smell that shit. Second of all, I have decorum and common courtesy. I would not be smoking in someone else's car. Also, I wouldn't even smoke in my own car. I genuinely hate the smell. Like, that shit smell like ass. Like, I'm sorry. So I was like, what are you talking about? So I go to the app, and I'm like, let me see if she added some pictures or something of what she's talking about. I go to the details. I go to the trip photos. I'm looking. I come across her photos. Y'all, why is there freaking photos of backwoods sprinkled around the car? A backwood left in, I don't know what brand this is, but it's giving backwood. A backwood left in the trunk, and a blunt in the side cup carrier. The door container, whatever you call it. I said, Tommy, come look at this, yo. He like looking at it like, what is this? I'm like, this planted weed in her own car. And then sprinkled it everywhere and left the blunt. He's like, oh, nah, yo. So I called my mom. I'm like, mommy, this girl accusing me of smoking weed. She's like, oh my God, no. She's like, you need to call. You know what? No, you need to write an email. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm writing an email. But she's like, awesome. But she's like, don't call. I'm like, no, I'm gonna call so I can get my point across over the phone and then follow up with an email. She's like, yeah, because you want stuff in. Hold on, my earring all falling out, yo. She's like, yeah, you need to get shit in writing from here on out. Like, you can't be doing that talking over the phone shit. I already said no more. Like, I don't take accusations of something I didn't do lately. Like, especially because I didn't do it. I'm not taking this shit lately. Like, I'm not playing with you. So I put on my thinking cap and I wrote a good ass email. Like, I'm just like my mom for real. Like, we are email queens. We're writing queens. We love to write. We love to email. We love to get in contact with customer service. We love to speak to representatives, please. We love doing all that. So I went ahead and wrote my email because y'all messed up. And I'm gonna read this to y'all. So in response to their little robot ass email, I said, hello, thank you for reaching out. Amanda was a horrible host, and I will never be booking through Turo ever again. She is a scammer, and I'm highly disappointed. Firstly, I extended my trip for 1 day on July 29th because I needed to stay in North Carolina for personal reasons. I saw on the app that Amanda's car was available for weeks and weeks to come, so I thought it would be no issue to extend. She has 0 upcoming bookings. When I put in the request, Amanda texted me through iMessage saying I had to pay her $99 on top of the $250 through Turo I already paid. She lied and said that the reason was because she had another booking on the day I wanted to extend the car. She then said if she wants to cancel on a client, Turo would make her not pay $99 to do so. She proceeded to explain that I had to pay her $99 since it's my fault she had to cancel if she extends me. That made no sense. I had no other choice but to pay because I was 10 hours away from home and I needed to stay in North Carolina. I've attached the messages below. After I sent the money, I called Turo support and let them know about this. They told me it is against Turo policy for hosts to request and receive money outside the Turo app. They told me to report her and provide documentation, which is included in this email. The representative also told me she had no other bookings. When I returned back home, I stopped at a charging station and charged the car to 158 miles before returning it. I got back to the drop-off location with 135 miles of charge, which is the same amount she gave the car to me with. I closed all the doors, took pictures of the outside and inside of the car, and followed all instructions. When I left, I got a text from Jamanda accusing me of leaving the car door open. I told her I did not and I would never do that. I know how to close a car door. I also showed her the drop-off photos of the car with all the doors shut. She then accused me of returning the car at a lower charge than 50%. I disputed the claim, provided photos of the mileage, which was 60% plus, and she canceled the claim. Today, I woke up to a horrendous accusation saying I was smoking weed in the car. I do not smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed in her car. I would never do that, especially since it's a very obvious smell to smell that in a car, which is against the policy. I saw in the photos this morning that she planted weed in her own car after I dropped it off. I have one photo to prove that it was planted and premeditated. You can see in the photo, in the drop-off photo below, that there are a few small crumbs below the seat. In Jamanda's photo, she tore up a blunt / joint, I don't know what the that shit is, and sprinkled it on the floor of her own car. She also planted a blunt into her trunk. That's one of the only places I did not include photos of, so she decided to put it there. I do not take accusations like this lightly at all, and I will be calling my bank and telling them about these charges and disputing them. Again, this was a beyond horrible experience, and I will never be using Turo services again. Because why the did we rent the car for $1,300 and come back with a $2,000 receipt with all these charges on it, y'all? And oh, also another lie that she lied about. Remember how I told her we stopped in on the way like 5 times each way, like 5 times there, like 1 or 2 times actually when we were on like the vacation, then like 4 times back. So that's like 11. I want to say 11 stops, y'all. She said we stopped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. She put that we stopped 50 times for gas and provided fake receipts of the 50 stops we did. How the f do you stop 50 times? How? How, sweat? That's not even like a thing. Like, oh yeah, on my way we stopped 50 times. Huh? Absolutely not. So I disputed the charges too. I'm like, what? And then, oh yeah. And I was very curious because I wanted to see what Jamanda looked like. And Jamanda, mind you, she sent me a screenshot of her screen when she said, oh, I left the car door open, that says on my phone. I can see her Instagram @name. And I found her Instagram. Just a mess. Like, first of all, okay girl, second of all, she be just selling like fake shit on her Instagram, like, and then she posted the Tesla, like, this is just crazy. Like, posted the Tesla, all that, like, girl, scammer, like, she just took advantage of me, like, because when she FaceTimed me the first time, I was super excited about the vacation. So I was like, hi, Jamanda, we're with the car. Here's my ID. Thank you so much. Da-da-da. Have a good night. I'll keep you updated about the car. Da-da-da. If I have any questions. Da-da. She saw that I was sweet and nice and kind and took advantage. Because I was reading her other reviews and they all gave her 5 stars. But guess what they look like? I'm not trying to play the race thing. But white. Like, nearly all of them are white. I just feel like it be our own people. Like, come on, like, don't do that. Because a lot of people like that are black, and this is from personal experiences, from my own eyes and again experience. Some black people kiss the asses of white people, but then when it's time to like service a black person or do something for a black person, they do it half-assed or they don't want to do it. Have you ever met a black person like that before? Like, it's giving Uncle Ruckus. Like, I hate black people like that because it's like, it's giving, I just don't like that. But was there anything else? Oh yeah, and I put a really bad review on her shit because I'm not playing with you. Like, no, I'm not playing with you. But that's that's the end of the story, y'all. I'm still trying to get this situated and get all these charges off my Toro account so I can book in the future, but this was crazy. But make sure you subscribe, like, comment. This month is Storytime month. August is Storytime month, so I will be having a Storytime every Sunday for y'all. So make sure you come back next Sunday. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Local Black Child. And follow me on my spam page at Sneaky Black Child. And I'll see you guys in the next video.